still feel the same. Still I can hear my dad calling. I don't know why my dad calling. Still I can hear my dad calling. I love it when my dad talks.
What is up, YouTube world? How y'all doing today? I hope you guys like that little short clip that I just showed you. Can't say too much about it because it's part of my Father's Day gift. So yeah, plus my dad's a subscriber, so I can't, I don't want to, what do you call that? Give away my gift, right? Anyway, it's Tuesday, and today, you know what that means? It is a Transformation Tuesday video. I don't know why I got lost for words there for a second, but let's get straight to it. Today's title is Know Your Worth. So have you ever thought about that? Like how much you are worth in maybe the matter of dollars and cents? I know a lot of rappers today, they're always like, let me think. Oh, I got money. Ooh, yeah. Isn't it funny? Ooh, ha, dripping in gold. Ooh, yeah, they call me honey. Ooh. It's ridiculous though, right? Because like, money isn't everything. Sometimes we have it, sometimes it goes away. I mean, you can't base your life off money, so what can we base our lives off of? A lot of times we'll live our lives in this whole like, how much support we give, or we get, I should say, or like having to prove ourselves to people, and then our worth being based off of, whether we're successful or we got good grades to keep our parents happy, or we got a good job or got a title behind our name. Sometimes the name brand stuff, we start wearing so many different things like that have logos on it, and then we forget our own name. You know what I mean? Like, you're walking around Gucci, Louis, and all that. No disrespect to those companies because they've made a name for themselves. But it's like, I don't want to walk around representing, I want to represent me, Chan. So literally, like, if you're wearing Gucci or Goodwill, you're worth a lot. Always remember that. So in the Bible, it talks about how Jesus went to the wilderness, right? Well, Satan tried to make him prove his worth. He's like, oh, if you're really the Son of God, why don't you turn these rocks into bread, or jump off this building and, the angels will catch you because you're the Son of God, right? And see, even Jesus didn't do that. And see, the problem is, messed up people will mess you up. They feel bad about themselves. They feel down on their luck. So they try to make you feel like you're not worth anything because, you don't have, all the money. And by the way, this is all real. But you don't have all the money, and you don't have like people around you, and you don't have a girl. Like, I remember as a kid, the big thing was the kids at the church would make fun of me because I didn't have a girlfriend. And the reason being was my parents just told me not to be fast. And here I was, grew up, didn't have kids at a young age, and they did. So, hey, thanks, parents. So had I lived a life like they wanted me to, maybe I'd be in the same boat as them. Just doing whatever they wanted me to do, doing what they thought was cool. But, I didn't base my worth off of what they said. Although later on in life, I did, find myself with like jobs, on this side of 18. It's all about working. Where do you work? What do you see yourself doing in 5 to 10 years? And how are you going to support my daughter? And blah, blah, blah. So then it was like, oh, shoot, like maybe I need to get my act together, or I need to, do something different so that if I do go to a girl's family, that they'll think I'm worth, marrying their daughter. Sometimes too, I will say that if somebody breaks up with you, you feel like you're worth less because it's like, man, had I been more attractive, had I been, and something I had to deal with, had I had more money, or if I was older or whatever, like just maybe I'd be worth more. But at the same time, like I said, you can't go forward if you're always going to base your worth off of what other people think. And a lot of times we feel like our worth is low when we internalize what these people have said. And even our own parents. I would say there has been some times in my life, and I'm not going to say that all the time, but there have been times in my life where I really questioned who I was based on my parents questioning me, like, why do you want to do that? You know, how's that going to pay the bills? You know, you can't continue to do this. You need to do something that'll actually get you money. Like, just different things that make me like question, like, okay, wait, are my dreams not worth anything? Like, my dreams and aspirations, the stuff I want to do with my life, is it not worth anything? Like, what? You know, start questioning everything. But you got to realize, it's like, if it is your passion, and if to you it's worth a lot, it's worth a lot. If you feel, you wake up every single day and you say, you know what, I'm worth a lot. And I don't mean like monetarily. I mean like, I am somebody. You know, I had a choir teacher when I was a kid. She used to tell us before we sang any song, she said, everybody say along with me. I am somebody. I am a child of the King. And like, I never understood why she would make us do that. I'm like, JT, like, why we gotta say this? But now that I'm older, this is what, 15, 18 years later, I get it. You wake up, it starts by saying it. And the more times you say it, more times you believe it. And you start getting that, you start saying that, you walk around, your head high, chest out, shoulders back, like I am somebody. Funniest thing when I think about, you know, like Bible stories and whatever, you know, David was just a shepherd boy. And you say, okay, so wasn't everybody shepherds and stuff in Bible days? Well, yeah, but David was the smallest little runt of 12 brothers. And when the prophet came to choose a king, because God was like, hey, we need to find him a king, go to this family. He literally went through 11 brothers, like strong, you know, tough, like the baddest of the bad, McGregor, Mayweather, you know, Batista, The Rock, Vin Diesel, like all these are his brothers, right? And then here at the very end, you got McLovin that's all like, oh, me? You want to choose me? But guess what? God saw his worth. God saw that he's got the mind. One day he's going to slay giants. One day, you know, he already took out a bear. He's done these great things. But no one really knew that. And eventually, people would. So if you feel like you're not really worth anything, now, just know, God knows your worth. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, today I heard a story about a guy that got a watch. The watch was given to him, and he says, wow, you know, it's a beautiful watch. And then he just like put it in a drawer. A couple months later, he goes back. And he's like searching through, you know, to find keys or whatever. And he opens the drawer and he sees this watch. And he opens it and he's like, wow, this is, you know, fairly, you know, probably expensive watch, $200, something like that. So he decides that, hey, I just want to see what this watch is worth. I mean, it looks nice. It looks like every other watch he's ever seen. This guy really didn't know the difference between this watch and other watches because there's so many just like it. Hops on Google, types in the watch name and the make and all that, and to his surprise, this watch was worth over $10,000. Now, he didn't know that when he first saw it because it looked like every other watch, but because of the manufacturer, because of the name that made the watch, that watch was worth over $10,000. And see, you and I are the same. You know, we're all human beings. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. We are all the same. But each of us individually are worth a lot because of who our maker is. So I just want you guys to remember that. Know your worth, man. Don't base it off what people say. If you don't have all the support from your family and friends like you think you should. Because I know that's a big thing for me, especially with being a musician. You know, hey, share my song, and people are like, oh, I mean, why can't you make more songs like Lil Pump? I don't need that support, just like you don't need the support from those people who aren't giving it to you. If you needed it, you'd be getting it from them. And don't worry, when you stay the path, eventually they'll come around. Well, that's all I got for today. Know your worth, people. You know what I'm saying? It's the Chan Dynasty. We're all worth $1 million. Nah, we're worth more than that. We're the Chan Dynasty is worth so much. There's not even a number. Like my video, go ahead and press the like button. If you're not already part of the Chan Dynasty, press the subscribe so you never, ever, ever miss a video. All the links to all my social sites are below, so go ahead and click that. And you can now donate so that me and my teammate can go to Nationals in Reno, Nevada in July 8th. Thank you all. Have a great day. It is time for me to get ready to go to practice.